This lab will focus upon XML external entities, or XXE, which is A4 of the OWASP top 10. Such vulnerabilities exist when poorly configured XML processors evaluate external entity references with XML documents. Exploitation of this vulnerability can result in disclosure of internal files using the URI handler, internal file shares, internal port scanning, remote code execution, and denial of service attacks. Let's get started on a WebGoat lesson to demonstrate XXE. If you don't have WebGoat running, let's start it up. Java jar, WebGoat file name, -- server.port, I'm going to make it 9090. Use the username and password you selected when you set this up, or if you don't have one, register a new user. Go to injection flaws, XXE. Here's the first part of the lesson. We need to list the contents of the root directory. Root is usually represented as a / in Unix file systems. Let's start up Burp Suite and turn intercepting on. Let's type in anything right here. Let's take a look at this XML code at the bottom. This is what's going to be processed by the XML processor of the web application. This is where we need to insert our XXE to instruct the system to list the root directory. Right here, root directory is what is going to be listed. Let's forward that traffic. See the results? Here's the content of the root directory. Moving on to the next one. Okay, we have some instructions here. Same exercise. Try to perform the same XML injection as we did in the first assignment. It mentions JSON. Let's take a look at what we see over the wire. Okay. So we have a content type of JSON and some JSON code here. Let's see what happens when we post the same XXE injection as we did before. Forwarded that. Okay, it did not happen a second time. We have a result here says you are posting JSON, which does not work with an XXE. So let's go ahead and try that again. Okay, I'm going to put my injection down here, and I'm going to change the content type from application JSON to application XML. Let's forward that. Good. Okay, we have it output here, second time, as expected. Congratulations, you have successfully completed the assignment. Let's open up BWAP for the next lesson. If you don't have bbox running, go ahead and fire that up now. Choose your bug. Let's go down to missing functional level access control and external entity attacks. Alright, so we have some instructions here. Reset your secret to any bugs. Go ahead and load up the intercepting proxy. Let's send this over to the repeater. Okay. First, I need to change the code up a little bit. I'm going to insert an XXE injection, space, there it is. I'm going to look for the contents of the XXE password file, and in place of B, I'm going to add ampersand, lowercase b, capital WAPP, and a semicolon. Now what does this do? It's going to make the XML parser look up the value of the system entity variable BWAP and substitute the entity declaration for the content of the file we look for in the code that's entered above. Let's see what kind of response we get from the server when we send this over. Good, there's the contents of the XXE password file as expected. Says the secret has been reset. Okay. That's all there is to it for this XXE lab. Please feel free to play around with it and see what else you can do, including denial of service or further enumeration.